for you bone token holders, I got your banging update. We got some huge players on the channel. I'm talking massive partnership with Shiba Uno. One is a big beverage company, and they are taking it to another level with Shiba Uno. So we're gonna start with them. Now, guys, tell us everything regarding SHIB beverage.
I've been in the SHIB community for a few years, kind of about May of 21, I guess, when Shiba swap, kind of time period, and um, minted Shiboshi, stayed up my 36 hours to mint Shiboshis and still haven't sold any along the way. And so, a good member of the community, pretty tight with Marcy. And so we had the idea to release some SHIB inspired beverages. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to do some different things, some flavored stuff, some even adult beverages. We're kind of in the works of developing right now, or have them developed, just kind of waiting for the right time. But we felt like the first one we wanted to release was the water, because we could get that everywhere. It was going to be the easiest route to market, and easiest to get to different countries. And kind of scoured the country, and found an authentic mountain spring water from, lo and behold, out in Montana, where I was living last year. So it's a great product. It has it's got a lot of minerals in it, but they're all natural. We don't add anything to it. It's got a 8.0 pH, which is pretty middle of the road. We think it's great for hydration. So what we're trying to do is do something that's authentic, that's community based. We've had many conversations with Shy and Marcy, and on we're not an official project, so I want to make that clear. Could be in the future. We're not at the moment, but we kind of negotiated what we were going to do and give back to the community, and it kind of reflects Shy's vision. So we are giving back money to SHIB DAO. We're also going to burn, which I know everyone else, a lot of other people are doing. I know it won't have any impact on our token price here for the next year or two, but down the road, eventually enough people continue to burn, and it will. So we kind of like the idea of burning SHIB with by selling water. So that's a couple of the things that we're doing for the community. We also are big into trying to help people out there that are dealing with water scarcity issues. That was one of the other things that between Shy and ourselves we agreed upon, was giving money back to charity. Love the idea of having SHIB bottles going out to helping people that are dealing with natural disasters, or just places in the world that are just having trouble getting fresh water. It's just amazing when you see people walking for 4 or 5 hours each way to go get fresh water. So and then we've got someone in the community that is has been doing this for a while now. He's in California, and so our first charity SHIB water bottles will be going somewhere to him and his group. So we're happy and excited about that. We're trying to honor the origin, and we even went back to the initial SHIB logo designer. That's kind of had some issues along the way with some folks in that, but we kind of put all that aside and went to him and paid him to design our logo. So the logo that you see up there, we wanted it to be SHIB, to look like SHIB, but also to have a water component to it. So we were pretty pleased with that. Um, Sustainability, another thing that's important to us. We are all of our products will be in recyclable aluminum bottles or cans, so those are infinitely recyclable. Even some of the folks that we're dealing with for fulfillment and things of that nature, there's things that they can do that lessen the footprint a little bit. So we're doing what we can from that standpoint as well. And then we wanted to do something to give back to the SHIB Army, not just be burning or not be given to the DAO, but to get the people involved. So what we decided to do at one point, we were thinking about doing an NFT. I'll be perfectly honest, and we decided against that, and we just didn't think the time was right. So we're going to have a loyalty program that's going to feel a lot like an NFT community, but there's no cost to be involved in it. There's no upfront purchase of anything. And then we are also looking to sign up as many affiliates as we can, folks that actually want to help promote by whether that's putting a post on to X or doing something on TikTok or selling in the local community, have a store that they might down the street that they might want to go to. So, we want to empower the SHIB people. Our tagline for that is turn your passion into profits. So we all spend so much time promoting and posting about SHIB and leash and bone and that. So we're hoping some people want to do that now about our SHIB water and can make money in return for that. And so we're hoping that those two things, the loyalty program, the affiliate program, are able to bring something back to the community without any investment up front. I know we've all, been feeling the effects of the market for the last few years. And, instead of doing something where it was going to cost you to be involved, we wanted to have that community feel and have benefits and things structured in there for the folks without that upfront investment. And at the end of the day, it's water. It's just really good water. It's authentic. It's the real deal. Like I said, we'll be coming out with some sparkling water, some flavored waters, and even some adult beverages as we go along. But this one's a very important one to us, and we hope it's going to be successful. We're launching by the end of this month. We'll have water sales available. We're so excited about the bottle itself. We're hoping we're not the only ones that are excited about it. We think it's like the best thing ever. This bottle that we designed, the look of it, and that we feel like it's great for the community. It's great for SHIB and the crypto community. And the first sales of the water are going to be limited edition. It's going to be a limited edition run of that. So if people want to get involved and buy some SHIB water, the first sales of that bottle will be limited edition, same price. No difference in price, but we just wanted to do something fun to launch it, and they will be numbered. One of the fun things about doing products like that these days is the printing on the directly on the cans or bottles or labels. There's so many different things you can do today that we couldn't do in the past. So every one of these bottles of water they'll be individually numbered. And that's kind of the story. And we're going to be around for a long time. I've been in the beverage business forever. I'm fully doxed. My partner's a very successful restaurateur from South Florida. He's fully doxed as well. And we've got a couple other folks that are part of the team, and so we're excited to be here and what we're doing. And it's not a token, it's not a NFT, but it's something that we think and we hope that the SHIB community has fun with.
Awesome. And there you go. I was hoping that we'd have a bigger space, but I don't know what's keeping everyone today. I can't believe there's not one woman in the space today. So I don't know which one of you.
Probably because I'm here.
Which
one of you fuckers scared them all away?
It's me. It's me. Yeah.
They're
maybe you can come on next week.
They're probably tired of hearing me talk. That's what it is. They're like, that guy.
Well, Shiv Springs, maybe you can come on next week. But I do have some questions for you.
Yeah.
All right. Obviously, and I'm a real world investor, so this is a real RL product. So I like that part of it. Initial funding, did you do like a private equity round, or is this out of your own pocket? You don't have to answer that, but yeah.
Yeah. No, happy to. So we're funding it out of our own pockets. We had money to do that. That's one of the things about water, I'll be transparent about that. It's not as expensive as some other beverages that you might look to put into a bottle. But yeah, so we're we had looked at private placement. My business partner from Miami, the restaurateur, was really the other side of it. He's like, let's fund the first round of it, see where we go from there. We might need further funding as we grow, just depending upon how successful it is. I've been involved with brands where you can't cash flow the growth. The growth is just too fast, and you've got to bring in some additional funding at that point in time. So if that happens, we'll look to do something there. But and there are an awful lot of folks in the beverage world that are looking for to get involved in early stage projects like this. In fact, even your large spirit companies, Diageo and Constellation Brands, they have their own private equity folks that go out and invest in beverage brands. So they don't do any of their own development. They don't have the time and effort to develop a new peanut butter flavored whiskey that hit the market a few years ago and has been so successful. But they'll help fund it and put a deal together and buy it out in a few years. So that's kind of where we're at. But yeah, to date, we funded it internally, and we've just been in a position where we've kind of been in the market long enough where we're able to do that.
I got a question for you. There was
And I have
another
follow-up, but go.
Yeah, if you can hear me. Sorry, Coach. I didn't want to talk over you. I didn't know you were coming in. You done, Coach?
Go.
Okay. No, I didn't know if you were done though. I didn't want to. You're good. I had a question for you, Paul.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
so I think I spoke to you briefly. You were kind of fishing for helping another Shiba SHIB energy drink. How's that coming along? Do you know? Because I haven't heard anything since that. I keep thinking that we spoke briefly, or you at least on the conversation a couple months ago. Are you familiar? How is that
Yes.
going?
Yes, I know those folks. I actually got in touch with them through Marcy. It was someone she asked me to kind of assist with, and so I think they're doing okay. We talk every couple days. It's I'm there for those guys. I'm helping them write a business plan.
Good.
Yeah. So I am there. We at one point had an idea to do an energy drink ourselves, but as soon as I heard that, we pulled that one off the shelf. We didn't want to be in competition with another good SHIB community member like that, or like those folks. So instead, we're just helping them, and we're going to do whatever we can. And one of the things that we think is really fun is if we can get some affiliates signed up that really want to try to sell some beverage products, no cost to set it up, and we're going to give people the information, the help. If you need sales call help, or if you got a distributor in your local market, we'll do all those things. Or it could just be something where you're posted online. But the more products we have for our affiliates to sell, the better. So maybe it's these. I think they're pretty darn close to getting some energy drinks on the line. It's Shiba Spark, I think is who you're talking about, and I think they're close to having product ready to go.
Nice. Yeah, that was it. I just, I thought it was you. I wasn't sure, but I figured I'd ask. And as long as you're doing what you say, you're out there helping the community, and you're helping another project. That says a lot about you as a SHIB community member. I thought about, and I may still do it. I just said, I'll, hit me up if you need, and when I'm able to, I will. So so it's been a couple weeks, a couple months. I just hoping that they're doing well, of course. I've been waiting for a commercial property to go down, and I'm on my last friggin' leg. I'm down on the toe, I would say. It's like, I've been waiting like almost 15, 18 months for this commercial property to go down. And we got the word last Friday that we are just within days from closing. So
How
I'm
about
like,
that?
I know, and you well, anytime you get the SBA involved and it's commercial property, it's like fucking forever.
There's
But you know,
a lot of due diligence.
yeah, and I wanted him to get the best rate, which is phenomenal for a 30-year unheard of commercial loan. You know, so I patiently been waiting for this gentleman that rents from me for the last 5 years. So I didn't want to burn the bridge. So the patience, you know, plays and can wear you thin, but it also teaches you the word patience. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, they taught him probably that interest rates go up in 15 months too, right?
Yeah, but you know, again, with the SBA, it's a much better rate than it would have been going conventional with a bank. So I'm
Of
just kind of
course.
waiting for him to get through it, and then no conventional loan will give you more than a 10-15 year commercial loan. So he secured a 30-year at a phenomenal rate that's locked. So
Wow.
so I'm happy, you know, and that's what SBA is doing. They're trying to promote. I think they're also trying to take away business from banks. You know what I mean? They're doing a lot of direct lending right now, and they've been doing that since COVID. So I saw the whole financial package changing hands. You know, so I don't know if they're trying to remove banks, and that could be the ultimate game. You know, because you're seeing less of everything. So
Yeah, absolutely. A lot tougher to get, you know, financing these days for sure.
yeah, so you know your standards and what's not standardized anymore. So unfortunately, I've been in a 15-month waiting because he's a renter. He's been a loyal renter for 5 years, so I didn't want to burn the bridge and not give him the opportunity to buy out. I'm ready to retire, though. To be honest, I'm just tired. Just tired of the process.
I heard that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come up with some follow-up questions. Yeah,
okay.
I bet I have been. We got some follow-up questions.
Yes,
all right. Marketing SHIB to the real world. I mean, are you like looking at it as I would just want to start out with the SHIB army because that's the 3 to 6 million people, or are you just looking at bringing, you know, the SHIB name to the real world? Obviously, if anybody can pull it off, it's somebody that's been in the beverage industry as long as you. So I'm excited about what you're doing because you've got the experience and the business acumen, so to speak, to do this. But how do you market to people that have never heard of SHIB, if there's such a thing? And I'm sure there is.
Yeah, there's plenty out there for sure. And no, it's such a great question because it's something we've had so many conversations about and gone down the road so many times and talking with artists about the design for the labels and, you know, does it, you know, who are we appealing to, you know, and if it looks like this, it, you know, maybe it's the SHIB community is going to like it, but if it's, you know, sitting on a shelf of a convenience store, no one's going to know what that is. So what we decided, we think it's a pretty good route to market actually, is we're going to launch direct to consumer to begin with. And it's funny because there's these other folks out there called Liquid Death, and everyone's probably familiar with it. It's the, you know, the Liquid Death, the death water. And I didn't know this until recently, but that's how they launched. They went direct to market in 2019, and by 2023 now it's already what, a $700 million valuation and all that, and they didn't have the SHIB community behind them. So the idea is we go direct to consumer first. We appeal to the SHIB community. We hopefully are, you know, we're doing the things that we're not selling just to them, but we're being a part of the community. We're giving back. We're, you know, trying to do things to be good community members. And then the hope. All right, another line coming in. We use some of those sales figures to go out and start people that we work with, and we let them know, hey, listen, look what we did here. You know, look at these numbers. These aren't normal launch numbers. We launched because of this. And then we've also been talking a little bit with the Devour folks, if you know them, about doing some targeted things with them into some specific markets where they go and they do it. Maybe it's in, you know, my home here is Tampa Bay market, or maybe it's down in Miami, and they set up you know, what they're doing down there, and then we get the products into the stores there and use those as some test markets. but I will say the labels will probably be a little bit different. Like the first one we're doing as this limited edition, it's SHIB, it's crypto all the way. It's super fun. I posted the just the logo, not the bottle. We're not showing that until next week, but I posted the logo on my LinkedIn page, and I had a guy that's Hollywood placement of products hit me up on there and said, "Hey, this is phenomenal. You're going to sell the heck out of this to like the tween community just with the SHIB logo and that." Doesn't sound like he knows anything about SHIB, but he liked that. So we'll tailor it a little bit. So once we start hitting more of the conventional market, we could go to an area like this where we're not going to have we wouldn't have enough SHIB community members in different geographic regions of the country to drive business. But if we kind of do it together, we hit first the direct to consumer and then use that, and now you start building those, even the sales numbers. I mean, look at this Liquid Death. I mean, their water, I heard the president of the company on CNBC couple months ago, and they were asking him, "Well, what's so special about the water?" And he said, "Nothing. It's just the name and the logo." I about fell over, but I'm sure the rest of his company didn't like his answer too well. But you start build that, and then those things kind of grow, and that's how it takes off in the beverage world. Many years ago, I did for the first time an orange beer, and now if you look around, you see these orange beers. We were so successful with it, we couldn't keep up with the demand. And but I guarantee you, we were the first one to put an orange slice in a beer. And if you've been out in a bar and you see a Blue Moon or a Shock Top, you know what that's about. So we've had those things, and they grow. And with the social media aspect of it, we think that works really well. So we're pretty well convinced that within the first 18 to 24 months, we can navigate both the SHIB community and then getting it on enough shelves out there where we're really starting to make a difference.
Great. Again, because of your experience in the industry, I feel like if anybody can pull it off, it'll be you. So I'm excited about that. Two more questions. Let's see. As far as because you're not doing an NFT, you're not doing a token, supposedly. So basically, the way for, let's call it SHIB Army, the people who want to put in $100 and make $1 million community affiliate is pretty much it as far as, and the DAO, I guess, would be it for community members to get involved.
So,
and question two, before you answer question two, the logo thing, I wanted to see how that went with the original logo guy that kind of, has been fighting everybody, and then you went and cut a deal with him, which be interesting to see how that played out.
Let me start with that one. I'll start with that first because that was super interesting. So, we were, for 6 months while we're developing this, we're under the impression, as was the SHIB development team that we were talking to, or at least if they weren't under the impression, that they were giving us that impression that, that the logo was just free and available for anyone to use. And then come this summer, we see this article that comes out in a advertising magazine, and saying that no, that the artist that developed that, he gave he did allow the community to use it, so to speak, but he still retains the rights. And he's now starting to get a little ticked off because it was one thing to give it to the community, it's another thing. And I think he used the analogy of, I don't want SHIB cigarettes with my SHIB logo on it. And I've had my family and myself, we've had an art gallery here in Florida for 40 years. So I've dealt with a lot of artists. I'm even did some NFTs back before I got into SHIB. So I had a pretty good handle on trademarks and artwork and how all that works. And I read that, and I just had to sit down because I was like, he's exactly right. just because he gave it to some people does not mean that he can, that anyone can use it. And he could come back at some point and say you don't have the right to use that. And I said, we can't release any product unless we know for sure we've got that right. And so asked some questions and just didn't get any answers. And so, as a business person, what do you do? And I found out who he was, and I hit him up on Twitter, and then we got a phone call set up, and we talked, and he was a super nice guy. We hit it off. He's from Finland. He's living now in Thailand. He's over there on vacation, kind of extended vacation for a couple years. I've heard some of the issues that people have had from his side of it, from the other side of it. All I can say is I've been really happy with it. It wasn't inexpensive, but it was something that wasn't that crazy either. I would do it again 100 times over, and we've got full rights to it now, and we even have rights from him to use the regular SHIB logo. So our bottle will have our logo on one side, small SHIB logo on the other, and we never have to think again about it. So
very nice. That's a great backstory or story. I'll say more than a backstory.
Yeah.
To see that could even be a paradigm shift.
I keep thinking about it. I keep thinking, about the idea of these official SHIB products. And if they would just buy that logo from him, it wouldn't be that much money. I can guarantee that. And then they would have that logo and have the rights to be able to say, hey, listen, you can use this once you're an official SHIB project. If it was me, that's what I would have done, but I'm not making those decisions, obviously. So, but we went out and did the best thing that we thought we could do, which was to get that same designer to do it for us. I think he knocked it out of the park. We gave him kind of what the idea was, and we love that it looks like SHIB, it feels like SHIB, and but yet it's also it's a beverage version of it. So yeah, it from something that we were very concerned about to, within a month of being able to work out all the details. It wasn't difficult to put a contract together, all that. I would greatly encourage someone that is looking to do an IRL product or something to hit them up, get the rights to it, and then you never have to think about it again.
That's great. That's great to hear. Because I had somebody else ask me about this the other day. Should they go to him or not? And I was like, that's not really my wheelhouse here. Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Hearing your tells that, he's open for business, so to speak.
He really is. And he's not looking to, the numbers that he's talking are not outrageous at all. Like we've had other logos that we've done for other beverages and all that, and this was no more than anything like that. It's what you would normally pay.
I got a question for you, Paul. You cited the liquid death. It took them 4 years to get here. So what's the natural growth progression of water, for instance? What's your forecast? I'm just trying to get an idea how you guys decide to launch something, because it seems like bottled water seems to be a common thing, right?
It is. I think you're in California, so maybe you're seeing it already. But I think more and more in other parts of the country, we're going to see the plastic bottles go away. I think you're going to either the aluminum cans or the bottles. We're going to use both. The first product we've got coming out in a 16-ounce bottle. It worked for us for a lot of different reasons, but we think that the water market is going in that direction.
Because of the recyclable. Yeah, it just seems to make sense with aluminum can versus the destruction of plastic.
Correct, and even with some of the adult beverages that we're doing, and we're doing some of these just in real life too, not SHIB related, but some other projects. We're looking at doing aluminum for those as well, from very small sizes on up to even 750 to 1 liter bottles that you'd find behind a bar. I saw one about a year ago, and it stopped me in my tracks. I was like, what is that? And it was like, oh, well, that was one. They sent us the wrong one. But the aluminum has got a lot of advantages. It's lighter, so it's easier to transport. They don't break. They've been a few issues with the cap, making sure that was on tight so it wasn't leaking in that. But you can imagine that, like, these bars and liquor stores that are getting cases in of bottles, a lot of times they're broken. So advantage there is too. And man, the decoration on them that you can do, it's unbelievable. They're so good. From direct printing on them now to shrink wraps. We're doing a shrink wrap on this first one, and the flexibility it allows you and the artist to create something that's so totally different than anything out there is really fun and unique. And I just see more of that coming. Also, you can do small runs. So we've already had some other communities, that have hit us up and say, hey, listen, if what's your minimum, what can you do? And our minimum for water or for any of these things is pretty low. It's not like the old offset printing where you're gonna run a million labels because it took you so long to set up the printing press. We're now down to doing thousands of labels versus tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands or a million.
That's awesome. Yeah, somewhere in the future, maybe I'll reach out and say, hey, I got this project and I want you to print the water bottle.
There you go. And we're doing back when I was a restaurant director, I had the good fortune to win a national award for the best non-alcoholic beverage program, so mocktails, right, in the country one year. That was in 2018. So think about now we don't just have to do water. We can do lemonades, teas, all kinds of different cocktails without liquor in them. So all kinds of different fun things like that, and in smaller quantities, so you don't have to sell a million of each one to make it make sense. I'll throw something else out here. Been talking a little bit to the Shiboshi community, which I've been such a part of. Maybe we do something that's a Shiboshi based beverage, which would be kind of fun. Whether that's a Boshi brew or Boshi tea or something like that. And we can license the rights to the people's Shiboshis, where it's they're not selling us the full rights. It's just for that one product, so you could still stake your Boshi or whatever with it. And I just see what the Pudgy Penguins have been doing too. I've been watching that for a bit and seeing what they're doing, and there's no reason we can't do those things. And to put Shiboshis on labels like that and get them out there, I think would be super fun. And then let the community all share in the revenues of it.
Well,
Breaking
John,
news right there.
yeah.
The
John,
day SHIB.
you jumped up on the mic. What say you, sir? Let's add to whatever you want.
No, just been OG since October of 2020, and I'm just so excited to be just participating in this group. Just want to say, 100% behind this project, and really looking forward to what you're going to do. And this is the kind of leadership, and these are the adults that we need in the room doing business in this way and representing the community. So love what you're doing. I sent you a LinkedIn request. Hopefully we can connect and really help to build on the community. So just want to say thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And I'll definitely get that. And, yeah. And all we're asking people right now is just follow us and, get some more people following us. We need more eyes. These algorithms don't work so great, when you're a new, Twitter, page. And, so it's kind of been slow growth, but, we also want to do it authentically. And so, if we've got 170 followers, we got 170 followers. And hopefully next week it's more than that. But, we're just trying to do everything we can authentically, and be a good beacon, and, for the community. And one of the things that I've loved to say to every chance I get is, I just think of these, bottles of SHIB water going out there, and like little billboards, and each one it's got a little story on there about the, SHIB, and about the water itself, where the water comes from, and that, but a little bit about SHIB as well. So, we're hoping to be able to tell the SHIB story as these are going out there. And I can just imagine, going to places that are, dealing with fires or earthquakes, or just they can't get water in their area, and you're seeing pallets full of, SHIB water bottles coming to that community. Man, that makes me feel pretty good.
Awesome. I mean, look, my reputation and 50 cents will get you a cup of coffee, or $4 will get you a cup of coffee. But I don't endorse projects, but I will say I will endorse what you're doing.
No, it's pretty awesome. Let me just ask, just because I'm new to what you're doing. So, what's a bottle of Shiba spring water we're gonna run? What's the marketing? What's the price tag right now that you guys have?
Yeah, that's another great question. We're still working on exactly where that's going to be, and it's going to be a little bit different for the 16-ounce one. Then once that limited edition one is gone, then we'll probably go to a 22-ounce one and do the printing directly on the bottle. There's just some benefits for, sustainability because of that. Um, so in between the $2 to $3 range, somewhere in there, which is, if you go to your convenience store today, your supermarket, even down here now, it's finally hitting Florida. I can go and buy a bottle of Path Water, which is, an aluminum bottle, and they do a pretty nice job with what they do. So, they're in the, 259 to 299 range. The bottles are reusable. If you're in an area where the water's okay, you're good to drink the water, you could certainly refill, wash, refill, and use that, keep it going. So yeah, there's, that's kind of the going market for it, somewhere in there. But we're still in. It's amazing that in water, pennies matter. So,
Right.
when we release the news on the launch, which will come later this month, on the sales, we'll have the price, there, but it's imagine it to be somewhere in that market.
That's awesome. No, I
Yeah.
think the whole reusable aluminum container that you can refill is the key. Because obviously paying $2.50 to $3 when I don't even know what the average 12-ounce water plastic, because between my house here I use my fridge, and then I'm at the office, I drink coffee all friggin' day, but I filter water and put it in my coffee maker. So at the office, that's how I survive with water, because I friggin' drink probably 2 gallons a day through my coffee maker. You
See, there
know?
you go. You get your one bottle of SHIB water, and you could keep using it for that. Just
Yeah,
wash it. Yeah, just
yeah.
wash it, but then keep using it. My son, who's in high school, he did that all last year when we were in Montana. The water out there was so great that, we bought it a few times, but he just continued to use the same aluminum bottle over and over.
Well, that's the key. You have something that looks good, you feel proud to use, and people will ask, and so that's your world, marketing technique right there. It's reusable, and it's not looking cheap, because it's a plastic bottle and it looks nasty after a while. The
Yeah.
aluminum,
Right.
you can run it through your washing machine. You can put it into get a couple and run into a big old kettle of water and just boil it, right, and get it clean that way.
Yep. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And,
You can't do
and
that with
to,
a plastic bottle.
Right. Sustain. And look, I worked in the packaging business for decades. I mean, obviously the cost of aluminum is more, but sustainability is such a big buzzword in the world right now. So I think that's a really good marketing. I don't want to use the word tactic, just good, good marketing area. Sustainability, you're nailing it. So that's good. I want to tell a funny story that shows you how I miss out on investment opportunities. This was back in around 1980. Yes, I'm old. I was at a concert and it was freaking 105 degrees, one of these all-day festivals. And my buddy and I had our cooler of beer and everything, and we ran out of cooler beer. We ran out of water. Well, not water. We ran out of fucking beer, and we're like dying, because it's so hot. And so we go to the beer stand basically and says, "Can I get like a cup of water, man? I'm about to die here." And they're like, "For $1." And we're like, $1 for a cup of water? What are you talking about? It's fucking water, man. I drink out of a water hose. So that was my first experience of paying for water, well before the spring water market came about. So maybe I can get on this the second time around, right? So,
There
okay.
you go. Well, I'll tell you this. I might be able to top you. I was in mainland China a couple times, right around end of early 2000s, 2001, 2002. There was I was still in the beer business, and we were looking to do a joint venture with a brewery over there, and so took a couple trips over there. And one morning I woke up and we had been out enjoying their beer the night before, so they thought I might need a little help in the morning, especially with all the jet lag and that. And there was a couple small bottles or cans sitting on my bedside. I don't know how they got in there, but I'm looking at them. I'd never seen anything like it before. This is 2000 and 2001, and there was a note, for hangover. I was like, okay, well, that sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna try this. And it was the strangest looking can and the strangest looking taste. And I just didn't know what to think about it. Had big time in the beverage world. Had never seen it. Well, couple years later, I saw those exact same cans and realized what it was. It was Red Bull.
Wow. How about that?
How about that?
Yeah, I was in a college what do you call it, summer program, and it was an investment banking firm, and they had one called Jolt Cola back
Yeah.
then. And they were pimping it because it was an investment banking firm, obviously. But it
I
never really took off. So I guess it was the marketing that kept that from happening.
Yeah, it was like double the caffeine or something. I remember that. I remember the brand, but I mean, maybe it was just the time wasn't right. Because man, once you had Red Bull and then some of these others, it is, now you've got Celsius and that, and I think today Jolt Cola probably would have done all right.
Yeah, and Jolt probably wasn't putting Jägermeister with it, right?
This is true.
That took off probably, right? Jäger bomb.
Yeah, you got to make something that you can mix alcohol and it still tastes good. So if you're going to market, any type of energy drink anymore, you got to be able to make it mix with almost every alcohol out there, I would think.
100. Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. 100%. It's got to be something that's, going to have plenty of uses. And if it can be used with alcohol, even better, right?
Yep, for sure. But you're on the right track. Water goes with everything.
Right.
Yeah, it
There's
doesn't.
this
And route to market is just so easy, for the first product. It seemed like a no brainer to go in that direction. And once we found this spring, which is it was it's not filling up out of a faucet or whatever. It's a producing a good deal of water, so we don't have any problems with that. And then with the natural mineral content, and then the 8.0 pH. We said this is it.
The winning
awesome.
formula. There you go. Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing
Great.
the actual artwork to see if it's something I just have here and put one on every desk and see what they do, and they'll go, hey, that looks pretty good. $5.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
reusable.
Yep,
$5.
absolutely.
Cool.
Love
This
it.
is a story, but maybe this is one we could make a drink out of too. I was a bartender in college as well. Best job I ever had still. But we
How
used
how is that
to,
not surprising, Coach?
well, it's what it is. Best time. You get paid, you make tips, and you carry alcohol home with you, So anyway, and go to the sorority houses or what have you. Yeah, that job will never be top. But we used to. This is more of a joke than anything. The bartenders would like do bets, like I'll do it for this. We'd raise the stakes for who would drink the little bar mats where you make the drinks and all the spills right there in it and take it and pour it to a cup. Somebody would.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it's like
Absolutely.
maybe we could market this and sell it, right? you know, Recycled alcohol, sustainability.
Yeah,
Okay,
you just can't let it go to waste.
right? Exactly. It was nasty, but you drink anything when you're 20 years old, right?
Yeah, that wouldn't work too well for me these days.
Yeah,
Boonesberry Farm.
right.
That's all I know. When you're in high school and you got to
Oh,
sneak one, Boonesberry Farm.
Instead of
yeah.
SHIB logo, we'll put a shit logo on it, right?
There you go. No,
Back.
Hey, listen, I've got an adult beverage idea for SHIB that I think would be super fun, and we've actually got them developed. This is something for you, Coach. We don't have any investors yet in this, and we're not sure that we want to pull the trigger until um, we've been a little disconcerted with all of the drama and all that's happening, and we try to be Switzerland there and just try to be good citizens and that. But yeah, we've got what we think is a really fun idea for some SHIB adult beverage products. The distribution's a little bit tougher, but we can do now. Direct to consumer here in the U.S., which was a real problem. We can do that to 34 states, which you really couldn't do before. Prior to the pandemic, that was not allowed. And then overseas, shipping in that is difficult. But as far as any of the rules and regs, they're not quite so strict over there.
Right. Maybe you
So
could get Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler to be your spokesperson for your water, right?
yes, yeah, exactly. Water boy,
Water boy. There you go. Right. That's when you get
quality
bigger.
water.
And maybe you could. This is just something I'm trying to crack jokes here, change the mood a little bit. But maybe you could contact Anheuser Busch and say, since you guys Bud Light's gone to shit, why don't we go do a Shib Light? Tastes like dog piss, right?
Yeah, those guys need to rebrand right now for sure.
Are they still hurting after that uh, stunt? Let's just
They
call it
are.
what it is. Are they still?
They are. They are way down, and that's it's just an amazing thing that happened. Back 10 years ago, they still had 50% of the beer business, and yeah, they are. They're hurting all the way around right now. So it's pretty dramatic and has not bounced back as of yet.
Well, and I would think that you'd do a market research before you do something that's asinine or stupid in the sense that you got the market share. Why would you gamble?
That's it. That's it. Like, what was it? What was the benefit going to be of it to them? What would that? But then what was the floor? And they're feeling the floor. So yeah, I've got a lot of friends at distributors around the country, and they're all saying the same thing that wow, they've never seen anything like this at all. And people are still drinking beer, and they're drinking a little bit more Coors Light. They're drinking a lot of the Mexican, the imports, the
Right,
Modelo's,
right.
and all those things. But yeah, the Bud Light sales are just down dramatically.
Yeah, I didn't, like I said, if you got 50% of the market share, why would you gamble? What? It's like that's the same thing with the fast food restaurant, the industry. You take a position politically, and you got to wonder the repercussion. Is it worth it? You
Agreed.
know? Yeah,
Agreed.
You don't mess
Well,
with the rednecks. That's where that.
no, there's still a lot of rednecks, and they like to
That one,
drink their
that's your
beers.
demographic, and they
Yeah,
were strong, avid consumers for so long. But yeah, you're right. It's just you don't mess with that, and I mean, that's kind of how I am, anyways. But we don't. We're not looking for SHIB drama or anything like that. We want to be, for the entirety of the community, and you know, we just kind of want that. Can everyone just get along kind of attitude?
yeah, and I think it's a good approach. You can't go wrong with water. How do you fuck up water, right?
Yeah. No, exactly. Especially when
Everyone
it's
needs
fresh from the
water.
spring.
Yeah, whether they want it out of a can or a bottle, you can't mess. You can't mess with water. So I'm glad to hear that. The other project came, and I thought, energy drink. It just seems like a tough market. There's so many energy drink, and I quit doing it. And the same thing. I quit doing Starbucks. My ex-wife and I, we probably did $30 a fucking day at Starbucks. Can you imagine going through $30 with a Starbucks? And then you make a political statement. Now we don't go to Starbucks at all, and that's just not one family. A lot of families.
No, that's exactly right. I've dramatically cut back mine too. If I do it now, it's like that rare occasion where I either really need it badly,
Right, right.
or I'm treating myself for some other great thing that I've done, or haven't spent money on, or that kind of a thing. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
right with you.
No, my ex used to drink double vanilla like 3-4 times a day, and she would take the two girls. So you can imagine every time she goes out, it's like $15 to $20, and she'll go 3 or 4 trips a day. I forget, it's a lot more than I remember. It's probably more like $50 to $60 a day.
Oh,
And I,
and they're
you know,
so good at marketing to kids.
yeah, oh yeah, for
They've
sure.
they've got the Barbie frappe now. That
Oh my God.
my daughter's 9. She's got to have that. Like,
And this is how stupid it used to be. I leave for work, and she'd get up lazy and say, "Hey, can you run out and get grandma and myself and the girls something?" And I go, "What do the girls need from Starbucks? Can you get them all an oatmeal?" And I go, "What's the difference between my oatmeal and that?" "Well, they got raisin, they got this and that." And I go, "Fucking, $2 something for oatmeal I
right?
can make for 30 cents at home," and they didn't want it. They all insisted on our Starbucks oatmeal. Can you imagine that? They did a great job with the kids and fucking addiction.
That's it. I was gonna say you had to market yours better, John.
It was too
Bottom line.
healthy. I eat oatmeal every day, but it's too fucking healthy for them. Nothing healthy tastes great, right? And everything tastes great is not healthy.
Throw a unicorn on top of it or something.
Put a unicorn on top of the lid and they'll love it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Inside is unicorn shit. Oh my God, that is just too much. I am going to talk to you if we ever get down to the marketing, and I think that's great. That's why I was asking about the other project that you were kind of consulting in, if and how, if the logo, the branding is going to make a difference when there's so much energy drink out there, and that's why I hesitated, because I said the same thing. How long is this going to take for me to get my money back? You know.
Yeah. So, I just to me, it doesn't make sense to go out and just immediately start selling to distributors and putting it on shelves, because there's just too many people that don't know SHIB. As many as we know that do, like that can't be your sole business model. So like I said, we think it makes more sense go direct to consumer, do that 6 to 9 months, get some good numbers, then take that and start using those. And it's all in how you spin stuff, and you got some pretty decent numbers. You can spin them pretty well in your favor,
Yeah.
and then start getting some better shelf space, some in with distributors. And if we've got some people that have local stores in their area that they want to sell to, and they've got a connection, or I own this gas station, we can start doing that. And then we'll just grow from there. But yeah, we just think that makes sense to us as the way to roll it out. And then lo and behold, I saw those folks at Liquid Death that did about the same thing. But they didn't have a community that they marketed to. They just hit upon a name that really spoke to the younger community right now.
Yeah, and everyone's looking for something that's catchy or branding wise, you know. So if they did a good job with market, I haven't seen what you're talking about, so I'd have to look now. Now I'm just curious to see what Liquid Death water looks like, you know.
Yeah, and it's just in a 16-ounce can. So they do market the heck out of the sustainability. To me, it takes a minute to get used to drinking water out of a can, but they're you cannot argue with their success. They're going public next year, so
It's been
and
great in this market, my local market. I'm like, what the, same thing,
yep,
wait a minute, pay this much for a bottle of water or a can of water, but I mean, people are like all about it. So yeah,
yeah.
marketing and
I think
whatever.
it's Jamie Dimon's taking them public next year. I'm pretty sure that's who cut the deal with them. So they got some pretty high powered investment bankers behind them.
Well, that gives you a higher price point that you can be under too, right?
100%.
There you go.
And as soon as he said his water didn't matter, you can bet every chance I get, I'm going to tell him how good our water is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you got to use that. That's a good thing.
Well, I think you're going to be very successful. Knock on wood, but again, from your experience and obviously well thought out marketing and business plan, I feel good about this. So yeah, I'll help you out where I can.
Well, thank
Shiba,
you. And
Shiba Spring Water. I want to cut just because I'm the first space that supported you. What do I get?
you definitely are. but Coach got us in, so.
Yep,
Oh,
that's
he's
it.
gonna want my cut too.
I'll send you my affiliate link, John.
Oh,
and
God.
and I tell you, when the limited edition goes to sale, I think we're gonna just have it, time limited. So it'll be maybe it's a week, maybe it's 2 weeks. It's available, and then we'll cut it off. But we're thinking that maybe people want to buy some extra cases and put them away, and maybe we'll hold them at a warehouse for them. So if you don't want to get 10 cases of water delivered to your house at one time, you don't have to. But and then if you buy a few more cases, we're going through the process now of figuring out what that means as an affiliate member or as a member of the loyalty program. You're going to get some boosted benefits because of it.
I just expect one for free. I'll hold out for one free
Yeah.
limited edition.
I think we can do that.
I wanted to
No,
ask that too. Were you going to do it by case minimum, or are you going to sell individual?
For the limited edition, it's going to be by the case, and then as soon as we go to the other, it'll be by the individual can.
Gotcha. Which makes sense to me.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep it easy for that first go round.
Yeah, like I've got a friend that owns a bunch of grocery store or gas stations and all, and I've got another friend who's was one of the largest distributors in this area. I think they sold out, but just think about my friend that's in the gas business, and he's going to probably have a hard time giving up shelf space for something like that because it's not a known brand, But I'm
Yeah,
going to talk about it. Yeah.
yeah, it's hard, and that's why some of those numbers are going to help. 9 months from now, to be able to go in and talk to distributors, talk to store owners, and things like that, and say, look at how much this is selling. You're going to want to put this on your shelves.
Right. Exactly.
I got a hilarious story for you guys now that we're talking about it. Remember the year after Trump got in, and there was a can of I can't remember if it's a alcoholic drink or an energy drink, and it was the Trump Impeach limited edition. Do you guys remember this?
I don't. How did I miss that?
Wow.
Dude, I had a beautiful 16, 20 ounce of an alcohol. This guy fired up the Cobra I have on my lot, and I had it, and somebody gifted it to me because I was a big Trump, fan. So I got this limited edition Trump Impeach, and fucker, one day I was cleaning up and I fucking dropped it. I was so
Oh,
mad because you're never gonna find this can again. I mean, I've never seen it again. I just got a gift. Somebody just gave me a gift and said you're gonna love this, a
Well,
limited edition Trump Impeach.
you could get a Biden one and it's guaranteed to fall down, right?
It's guaranteed to break.
I just lost a bunch of work there, right?
Oh
Damn.
gosh, but yeah, I'm heartbroken because I have a picture somewhere on my phone. I'll shoot it to you guys later, but it's an actual can that says Trump impeach.
That's amazing.
I, I have a
I'm
picture
80
somewhere.
myself. When Jimmy Carter was president, his brother Billy was say a drunkard or an alcoholic or drank a lot. Don't know the full definition, but they came out with Billy beer, and it was quite successful. Jimmy Carter just turned 99 like this week or yesterday or something like that. So
Yeah, Billy beer. That was the thing. I think if you had cans of that today, you could probably sell them for some money just for the collectability aspect of it.
right, exactly.
I've got a 6-pack, Coach.
No way.
Yeah, so I think we're the same age.
There you go. I heard it tastes like piss, so I didn't ever buy it.
I don't know, never opened it, so I'm sure it does now.
Right?
Yeah,
But
right.
well, hold it
No
off.
doubt. But that's really something. That's awesome. What was that? Was early '80s or something?
Jimmy Carter was 1980 because I remember he fired my grandfather, who was high up in the government, I'll say, or the military. But yeah, that would have been 1980 probably.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That
That's a
yeah,
cool
so Carter
six.
hits 100. That's when you throw that 6-pack on eBay, right, or wherever. Probably get a pretty penny for it.
I would think.
And buy SHIB, right?
There you go.
All day, every day.
DCA.
Now I got a question for Francis up there. So in I want to say Africa, Nigeria, that you and Banks are from. So what's the cost for water? Is it any different because it's
And you should clarify compared to other drinks in the area, probably.
Coach, take over for a minute. I'm with clients.
Okay, I thought I rugged out there for a minute. But yeah, Paul, really good job today. I wish more people would have been here. Usually there's probably more like 30 to 40 people. But again, having me up here versus a woman probably hurt the numbers a little bit.
Well,
I'm
yeah. I
used
mean, I almost didn't come when I saw it was just you and no women. I was like, no, I don't. I'm not sure.
right. You just wasted a great opportunity, right?
Exactly. No, I really appreciate it, and to have the time and the great questions and that as you might imagine, we're just super excited and trying to tell as many people as we can about what we're doing and what our vision is, and so we're hoping to get on some more spaces, and we'd love to come back here, and we'll definitely be in touch as the water gets closer to going on sale.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, John, I, and several others are business people. So it's good to hear this from a business aspect versus just a crypto pump type situation. So good stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it was my pleasure, and thanks for having me. And Coach, appreciate everything you do. And I'm gonna run now and feed my kids.
With water, of course, right?
Yeah,
and we're gonna hydrate.
I'm
Absolutely.
almost done. Hey, Paul. Enjoy the conversation today. So come back next Monday if you want. You can always show your product. We'll always give you the opportunity. Thanks, Coach, for co-hosting. John, for stepping up and saying hello. Francis, I don't know if you've had a chance to say hi. The rest of you have been chilling below. Hopefully you enjoyed the Monday shift. No, none of the women came in. You guys scared them off. Just way too much testosterone today for the room.